Hello, everyone. I'm Lindsay Dixon, a current Mellon Mays undergraduate fellow at Howard University and a student of Dr. Ramsey's. Today, we will be creating a Tableau data visualization on JayZ Samples. So let's start off by transferring our data into Tableau. So you're going to go to the Texas Data Repository or wherever your data is located and search JayZ Samples. And then you're going to go to the data set that was created by Dr. Ramsey. And you're going to download the option that is called tabular data in original format, separated values. So once you have that downloaded, you're going to open Tableau, which I have over here, and then drag and drop your data into the software. And here is our data in Tableau. So the first thing we're going to do is drag album title from the dimensions menu and place it in the columns bar. And then we're going to drag the number of samples from the measures box and drop it into the middle of the screen. And now the chart should reflect a bar display of a horizontal bar for each album. And then you're going to click the Show Me in the toolbar right here and select the horizontal bar chart option. And then you're going to click the Swap Columns and Rows in the toolbar right here to make it vertical. And then you're going to drag Sample Song Title from the Tables menu and drop it onto the bar chart. And then we're going to drag and drop the following categories into the label option on the marks card: album title, song title, sample song, sample artist, sample year. And then you're going to drag release date from the dimensions menu and place it before album title in the columns header to arrange the albums by their release year. So now we see the albums by their year. And then we're going to add color to this bar chart. So we're going to drag our sample genre from the dimensions menu and drop it into the color option. And then we're going to click the color option and scroll down to border. And we're going to select black as our border. Then we're going to title our bar chart. And then we're going to center that. Next, we're going to make it look aesthetically appealing. So we're going to go to Format up here, and we're going to select Borders. We want to make sure that our column divider and row divider both have none. Let's go to lines here and make sure our grid lines are none. And there is our bar chart. And the first thing that we are going to do is drag sample artist from the dimensions menu to the rows column. And then we're going to drag measure values into the middle of the screen. A number is now appearing next to each artist's name, and it'll populate depending on the amount of times they've been sampled by JayZ. So now we're going to click the Show Me tab right here and select Tree Maps from the menu. So now the image should transform into a tree map that varies in size based on how many times an artist was sampled. Next, we're going to come to the marks card and click the drop-down menu and select text. So now we're going to drag the sample genre from the Dimensions tab right here and drag it to color on the marks card. So here is our word cloud. So the next thing we're going to do is title our word cloud, and then we're going to center that, and then we're going to title our tab down here word cloud. So now we're going to make a stacked bar chart. So the first thing we're going to do is drag sample decade from the dimensions menu to the main screen. And next, we're going to drag measure values from the measures menu to the home screen. And then we're going to select show me from the toolbar and pick the stacked bars option. And now we're going to remove sum from the rows. And then we're going to go to the toolbar and swap rows and columns. And then we're going to take our measure values and put them in the labels mark. And next, you're going to take sum from this measure values card right here and remove it. Next, we're going to title the chart. We're going to center that. And then at your bottom tab right here, you're going to label it stacked bar chart. Next thing we want to do is add colors to our charts and add a background to all of our charts as well. So first we're going to start with our background, and you're going to change each chart's background to the same color by going to Format and selecting Shading. And you're going to go to Worksheet and select the third gray from the top. And you are going to do that for all of your worksheets. So all of them are now gray. And then from there, we want to ensure that our color palette is the same for each chart. And for this one, I'm going to use Hue Circle. So you're going to do that by going to Color, Edit Colors, this drop down bar here, and you're going to go all the way down to Hue Circle. You want to make sure you press Assign Palette and then OK. And you're going to do that for all of your charts as well. It looks like the word cloud synced, but the stacked bar did not. So we're going to go to Color, Edit Colors, select Hue Circle, press Assign Palette, press OK. And now they're all colored Hue Circle. And now for our titles and our headers, we want to make sure that those are visible as well. So what we're going to do is go to our text here by pressing this A in the format font. And we're going to change our title to this light blue here, the third blue from the top. And then we're also going to change our header to this light blue. And we're going to do that for all of our charts. So now we have all of our charts with shading and colors. So first we're going to change our dimensions so that the visualization has enough room for all of our information. And we're going to do that by going to our left side under size and using the dial to change the size of the sheet. And then we're going to change the dashboard shading to the same color as our charts. So we're going to go up to Format, down to Dashboard, Shading, and we're going to pick the third gray from the top. And next, we're going to arrange the sheets onto our dashboard. So you want to make sure that you click the floating option. Floating allows you to move your charts more freely versus tiled, which is more so that your charts have a specific place they have to go in. See, it's pretty stagnant. Versus floating, you'll see the difference where you can move your charts however you would like. So we're going to put our word cloud in first. And like I said, make sure you have floating. And see, we can just put the charts however we would like them. Then we're going to put our stacked bar chart. And then our bar chart. And now you're going to arrange these however you would like them. Make sure you give each chart enough space so that all of its information can be shown. And if you see something like this where you have a large space but the chart isn't filling it up, you're going to press this, go to Fit, Entire View. And if you want the charts to interact with each other, what you're going to do is press each chart and then select this Use as Filter emblem. To publish your visualization, what you're going to do is save to Tableau Public. And it might take a minute, but then you're just going to title it and press save. And here is our visualization in Tableau. Notice that because we have the filter, if we click on something, all of the charts will move. So first what I'm going to do is make some space for our text. And because this is floating, we can move these freely to wherever on the dashboard we would like. And now we're going to add text, which you can do by clicking and going right underneath of your title. I like to keep all of my text for each visualization in a document so I can just copy and paste as I go along. So for my word cloud, I have my text here. I'm going to copy, paste that. I want to make sure it's consistent with the color and the font I want. And there is my text. And you're going to repeat that for each one of your charts. And I want to add a paragraph right under my text. So I'm going to move my charts down. And then once again, go under Objects, select Text. Copy and paste your text in. Center it. Keep it consistent with the color and font you want. Again, if this happens, double click it, press OK, and then put your paragraph right underneath of your title. Next, what I want to do is add images. So you're going to go under Objects, select Image, and you're going to choose an image. I'm going to use this JayZ PNG that I have, and then I want to add a link. I have my link here. I'm copying it, pasting it in, and here is my image. I'm going to move that down. Once you have this image, when you select it, it will show you whatever you linked it to. And I also want to add another image that will link me to a video. So once again, I'm going to go under Objects, select Image, go to Choose, and then I'm going to copy and paste my link again. And then here is my second image. Now I want to add text to go with those images. So what I'm going to do is go under Objects, select Text, and once again, I'm just going to copy and paste my text right into Tableau. Again, if you see that the text is not all coming out the way you want, double click it, press OK, and that'll fix that. Gonna arrange it to your liking. And here is our completed Tableau data visualization on JayZ Samples. So to publish it, you're going to press this up here. It may take a minute. If you already saved after uploading the charts, it will ask you if you want to rewrite it, but just say yes. And here is your completed Tableau data visualization on JayZ Samples. Thank you for watching.